Alright, so I figured since I promised you guys more videos, the first one I would do would be a how to drive manual tutorial. So throughout the video, if you guys ever hear me say the word manual, standard, stick, or anything like that, know that I'm referring to a manual transmission. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to be showing you today how to drive stick on my 2004 E46 330 Ci. Let's go. Alright, so first I thought I'd show you guys what's the difference between an automatic and a manual car. So first you have your basic gas pedal, your brake, and then your third pedal, which is your clutch. So the clutch is pretty much what connects your transmission to your engine. In an automatic car, the transmission is always connected to your engine and it'll shift, like the word says, automatically. But in a manual car, the clutch is what helps you facilitate to shift gears. So later on, I'm going to show you how the shift knob works and how that works, or how the gears work in coordinates with the clutch. So pretty much every single time I would shift a gear, I would press the clutch down and change gears. I'm going to get into the gears later on. The gears are very simple. So first what you're going to want to do is make sure the car is not in gear. So you're going to put your left foot all the way pressed down on the clutch until it reaches the wall. After that, you're going to take your right hand to the shift knob and you're going to shake it from left to right. That's how you know you're in neutral. Keep in mind your e-brake is still all the way up so you don't move. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to put your right foot on the brake and put your e-brake down. You could also turn the car on first and then put your e-brake down. It's just, I don't know, sometimes I mix it up. Sometimes it's just force of habit now. So now that the e-brake's down and your right foot's on the brake, keep your left foot fully pressed down on the clutch, put your key in the ignition, and turn the key all the way while your left foot is still fully pressed down on the clutch. Again, if maybe you accidentally put the car into neutral, or into a gear, I like to just check for safety, so I always go back and shake it again to make sure I'm in neutral. Now that I know I'm in neutral, I can take my left foot fully off the clutch and keep my right foot on the brake for safety. So now, I am not in gear. I'm in neutral, and I'm not going to go anywhere. Alright, so first thing you notice is when you look at this shift knob is that there is no park. In a manual car, there is no park, and usually when you're parking, most of the time you'll either use your gear to keep it in park or to keep the car stable, or your e-brake. Your e-brake is pretty much your only park in the car unless you're on a hill and you want to use your gear to keep you stable. So in my car, I have a 6-speed manual transmission. What that means is I have 6 gears to go through as I'm driving. So in any manual car, you're going to have either a 6-speed or a 5-speed depending on how new your car is. So in my car, I have a 6-speed, and whenever you start a manual car, you usually start from 1st to 2nd to 3rd to 4th and so on. And depending on your car, reverse will be located in different areas. So in order to go to 1st gear, I must first press the clutch in all the way and then put the car in 1st gear. 1st gear will be the most difficult part of the when you're first starting to learn how to drive stick, and later on it'll become like second nature. All it is practice. So after you go through 1st gear, you're going to shift straight down to 2nd, up to 3rd, straight back to 4th, up top right to 5th, and then straight down from that to 6th. So that's pretty much it. They follow the order. And then for my car, I think most BMWs is all the way to the left and up for reverse. Alright, so now what I'm going to show you is how you put the car in gear. So what you're going to do is simply press the clutch down all the way, take your right hand, and put the car in the 1st gear. So you notice that I have the clutch pushed down all the way when the car is in gear. If I release the clutch, the car will stall, meaning the engine will die, and I'll have to turn the car back on again. So I'll show you what happens to the RPMs as I start releasing the clutch slowly. As you notice, the RPMs start to fall, and the car starts to die. What you want to do if that's going to happen is immediately press the clutch down all the way and put the car back into neutral. That's how you will save the car from dying. So when I have the clutch pushed down all the way and I have to put the car in 1st gear, if I give the car gas, you'll notice I'm not going anywhere. That is because when the clutch is pushed in, it's as if I'm in neutral and nothing's going to happen. Same thing if I put the car in the 6th gear and I press the clutch down, nothing's gonna happen. So pretty much the clutch, the way you balance the gas pedal and the clutch is how you're gonna get yourself moving. So now I'm gonna show you guys how to get going in first gear and how to get a smooth first gear going versus a bad first gear. Alright, so in order to get into first smoothly and begin driving, you're gonna have to kind of reach a type of equilibrium between your gas pedal and your clutch. So first what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our e-brake down, left foot all the way down on the clutch, put the car in the first gear, and as I release the clutch, I'm gonna start giving the car gas. Keep in mind, when I release the clutch, if I release it too quick, the car will die. And if I do not give it enough gas, the car will also die. Remember, if you want to save your car from stalling, remember to push the clutch back in and put it back into neutral. So I'm going to start giving the car a little bit of gas as I release the clutch. You notice I don't release the clutch fully when I'm moving because I want to keep it safe. So what I did there is I didn't give the car enough gas. And because I didn't give the car enough gas, the car kind of jolted a little bit, and you don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back into neutral by pressing the clutch in all the way. And remember, to come to a complete stop, the car must be in neutral. So I have the clutch in, I'm in neutral, I'm going to give the car some gas, and a lot of people like to rev it between 1 to 2,000. I usually rev it maybe between 1 and 1,500. So here I go, I'm going to start giving the car some gas and release the clutch. And I hold the clutch there, I don't release it fully, because if I were to release the clutch fully all the way, the car would potentially jolt. That's a little trick I learned on my own. So even though the car is moving, you don't want to release the clutch all the way, because if you do, the car could potentially stall. Alright, so now I'm going to go through a little drive of my car and show you a little bit of how to go from first to second, reverse, etc. So I'm on a slight decline, and it's when you're on a little decline, it's a lot easier to drive. So I'm going to put the car in first gear, and I'm going to start driving. So I'm going to give the car a little gas, and like I said earlier, even though you're rolling, put the e-brake down first. Even though you're rolling, you don't want to release the clutch too quick, or you don't want to not give it enough gas. So here I go. I'm rolling. I fully release the clutch when I feel comfortable. And remember, you don't want to release the clutch too quick or the gas too slow, or you don't want to not give it enough gas, because that could potentially hurt your car. So here I go. I'm driving. First gear, just rolling. I'm at about 2,000 RPM. And when you want to shift, it's kind of up to you. So right here, I'm making a little turn. And I'm at a slight incline. Put that up because it's kind of sunny. So here I go. And now I'm gonna make a right. And I usually shift about 2,800 to 3,400. So here it is, 2,800, shift. Second gear. So in order to shift, what you're gonna want to do is press the clutch in, put the car in second, or in the next gear that follows, then give the car some gas. And you repeat that with every single gear. As you go through the higher gears, such as 4th, 5th, and 6th, it gets a lot easier. So now I'm going to show you how to do reverse. So I'm on a slight decline, so I'm going to roll a little bit forward. So unlike first gear, reverse, I give the car some gas first, and I don't release the clutch fully. If I release the clutch fully in reverse, my car will get damaged. It's not good. Don't ever release the clutch fully when you're in reverse. So I'm going to give the car some gas, and I'm going to release the clutch, and when I feel the car start to move, I'm going to push the clutch back in, and I'm going to do it again, repeat the process. So it's like this: gas, release the clutch, move, push the clutch back in. Gas, push the clutch, release the clutch, push the clutch back in. Gas, release the clutch halfway, push the clutch back in. And that's how you reverse. And I just went over a little speed bump, that's it. So trust me guys, when you start driving stick, it gets really fun. Just remember to always keep that balance in first gear between your clutch and your gas pedal. It's like this. You'll get it down. This is your gas, this is your clutch. As you're giving the car gas, you slowly release the clutch. It's going to take practice, guys, but once you start getting it down, you're going to really love driving stick. And you're not going to want to go back to automatic. I know that from firsthand because I used to want to only drive automatic because I was kind of lazy, but then once I started driving stick, it's way too much fun to pass up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I want to do more videos, and hopefully we can make this channel more fun and unique for everyone. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace.